Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning, the 23rd at 8:12 a.m. Mountain Time, and an overcast day at the moment. I'm hoping that will clear off. And I'm just coming here today. We're going to do some daily messages for tomorrow, which will be October the 24th. The reason I'm doing that is because over in the UK and other areas of the world, it's already afternoon or evening of the 23rd of today. So let's do some messages for tomorrow so that they apply to everybody. And let's just start with Aries. Aries for the 24th. What do I have coming in for you? What I'm hearing is joyful, happy. You guys have a reason to celebrate tomorrow. For some of you, this is a personal thing, and for some of you, this is something at work that you're personally invested in. So for some of you, it is personal life. For others of you, it's work life. Either way, reason to celebrate. You're going to be happy. Something's going on. Good, good, good. Okay, let's move on to Taurus. What am I hearing and feeling for Taurus for tomorrow? Laughter is a big part of your day tomorrow. I'm liking this. 2 positive readings right out the gate. Laughter is a big part of your day. I'm getting the impression that you're going to be talking with a friend and just really enjoying that conversation and able to really just cut loose and laugh as you talk with that friend or group of friends. For some of you Taurians, maybe some of you are going to a class reunion, maybe you're just meeting up with old friends, maybe it's friends from work for some of you, but laughter is going to be like the highlight. And when I say laughter, I don't mean like, yeah. I mean like big laughter. Laughter like you can't help but have, and like you have tears rolling out of your eyes type laughter. All right, let's look at Gemini. You guys are pretty thoughtful today, very upbeat and thoughtful for a lot of you. There's something that you are wanting to get accomplished or you're wanting to do. I think you're feeling really good about it. You're feeling like it's very doable. I think for a lot of you, this is a gift. You're working on some kind of gift for somebody, or you're either trying to figure out what it is that you could get them that they would actually like, or how to get what it is that you want to get them. I'm not exactly sure where you guys are on that. I guess some of you are in different places, otherwise I would be more sure. But anyway, I think you're thinking about a gift for somebody, maybe even taking some action towards getting that gift, feeling really good about giving it, feeling really good about how the person will receive it. I think that you're just enjoying this whole process, and that's coming up as a part of the day for the 24th of October for you Geminis. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. What's going on with Cancers for the 24th? You guys have some kind of a somber mood coming in, Cancer. Not like, maybe a little blue, not like a major depression type mood for most of you, but this is something that, there's something that you're thinking about that has you a little bit down. You're not exactly sure what you can do about it. It feels like for a lot of you, it's a situation that there's really not a lot that you can do, and you just wish that things were going well. And I feel like what you're thinking about for most of you Cancers, this is actually, you're seeing somebody that's important to you in your life go through something that you really can't help them through. And I think that, you know, you're thinking about this and you're concerned about that person. And so really the only good advice there is send them good energy every time that you think about them. All right, let's look at, who's next? Leo? Yep, Leo. Leo, 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 Leo. I don't know why every time I think about Leos, I want to sing about Leos. Leo, Leo. It's always the same tune, too. It doesn't mean that tune actually exists anywhere in the world. It could be straight up just in my head. Let's see here. Or if any of you recognize that, that would be nice too. So let's see about Leos. What am I picking up? Marcy Bonds. Good morning, my dear. Leo, 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 Leo. I feel like you've got some wandering energy today. You're feeling a little bit ungrounded. I say today, but I'm talking about the 24th. You're feeling kind of ungrounded, like you're having a hard time really focusing on what's going on in reality. Your head feels very much in the clouds today. Very much in the clouds for the 24th for Leos. I don't think that this is necessarily a bad thing. I don't have that you guys are like on cloud 9 or in total ecstasy with your head in the clouds, but there is something that has you distracted or preoccupied that you're imagining is coming in the future. Maybe there are already plans in place to make it happen in the future. Maybe it's a vacation that's coming up, or maybe it's just something that you're hoping for. I think for the majority of you, it's just something that you're hoping for that you're really preoccupied with, and so it's tending to make you feel a little bit ungrounded. So Leos, this is a beautiful, beautiful day to get outside and bare feet in that grass. Get in nature, take a hammock outside, take a little nap, do a little reading. Yeah, you know, if you live where it's turning into fall, or even if you live where it's turning into spring, you might need a jacket to do that, but still, that would be helpful to get you guys grounded in the moment. All right, so let's take a peek. Let's take a peek at Virgo. What do we have coming up for Virgo? You guys have such a solid energy. Every time I feel into you, it's just very solid, very grounded, very aware. You guys have plans. You're on track with your plans. What else can I tell you, though? That's just generally your energy most of the time. Virgo for the 24th. What do we know about Virgos? Virgos. I don't know who else. Somebody got this just yesterday. Maybe this is still going on. I don't remember if it was you or not. Seems like there's something new starting for you. No, I want to reword that. It's not that there's something new starting for you. There is something new that you are beginning. I think you're very much at the steering wheel here. You have the control. You are beginning this new thing today. Maybe some of you are starting a new job, or you're starting a new project at work, or maybe you're beginning to look for a new home or a new vehicle. I don't know exactly what this is, but there's a new beginning that is coming in for you guys for the 24th. Let's see who's next. Okay, Libra. Libra. Evenness and fairness is the theme of the day. That's kind of your theme anyway. But I think just because that's what I'm hearing coming into me, I think that that's going to be even more accentuated today. It's really going to be on your mind, you know, in your relationships. I'm giving this much. How much is the other person giving? What is even and fair? What is right here? I think you're also going to be, for some of you, this is going to be where you're making purchases, and you're going to be really looking at making sure that the purchases is a win-win situation for you and for the other person, whether you're the buyer or whether you're the seller. In negotiations, any kind of negotiations, if there's court things going on for you, for some of you, for a lot of you, I feel like there's legal matters that are taking place, and you're trying to be really right and fair in these court matters. I don't feel like you're trying to gyp anyone, but I also feel like you are trying to protect your assets to a reasonable degree on the 24th, Libra. So really taking action to make sure that things are equitable and fair in whatever way that shows up in your life, whether it's negotiations on a purchase, whether it's legal things, you know, whether it's in relationship. I think that's going to be an accentuated theme. I mean, that's always kind of a theme for you, but that's going to be really accentuated on the 24th, Libra. Okay, let's look at Scorpio. My favorite, my most dreaded at the same time. Hope not. Are you a Libra, Marcy? Okay, So Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. What do we have coming in for the 24th? Okay, so I'm here and we've got a roller coaster ride on that day. I have a feeling that we're going to be busy, and we're going to be busy with kind of spur of the moment things that come up like at the last minute that we just take care of, lickety split as quickly as we can. And I think that we're going to have, we have our normal stuff that we do every day, but I think we're going to have 2 or 3 of those interruptions where we have things that take priority over our normal stuff. And so, we interrupt the routine to take care of that. I'm looking forward to that. That is good for me because that's how I operate anyway with my work. So that's cool. That means people will be calling. I need a reading like yesterday, or I need Reiki right now. So I'm kind of happy with that. I think, we're going to feel like we're chasing our tails and like we're not getting a lot done because we're busy taking care of things that just crop up. That's what's coming up for Scorpios. I'm going to try to remember that, Marcia, though. No guarantees. Let's see. That means you had a birthday just recently. Who's after Scorpio? Sagittarius. 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 You guys have an energy that has to do with, for the 24th, that has to do with interacting with other people. There is intentional interacting with other people. This may be networking. You may have some important business meetings coming up with a boss or with a client. But I just feel like there's the energy really is focused for the day, or at least a good portion of the day, around interacting with other people. Some of you may be meeting family members of your significant other for the first time. It feels like these interactions with other people are more important than the average everyday, oh, I bumped into somebody at the grocery store type of thing. Okay? And I wanted to say, oh, I bumped into JoJo at the grocery store. So if any of you know a JoJo or a Sagittarius, that may mean something to you. Yeah, what else do we need to know for Sagittarius? I feel like you have planned and prepared as much as you can for whatever these interactions are, and I feel like they're going to go well for you. All right? I keep shuffling my tarot cards. I'm so used to pulling tarot cards, but I decided to try to do this without tarot cards and see what happened, but I've got them ready to stand by just in case. They're kind of like my security blanket to keep shuffling. They're here. I can pull them at any time. So that's what you're hearing, is me shuffling my tarot cards continuously. Okay, so Capricorns. What do we have for Capricorns? Earth signs. Capricorns, I think what we've got coming up for the 24th for you is that you are going to be really, really, really into whatever is coming up that is physical, that feels good physically. For some of you, this is going to be bedroom action. For others of you, this is going to be a luxurious meal that is cooked really well. For others of you, this may be a day at the spa. But I feel you really getting into those tangible, how do things feel, second chakra type things, really enjoying and nurturing yourself in very tangible ways on the 24th. So maybe you don't have a day at the spa, but maybe after work you go to the spa, but there's definitely a significant period of the day that is devoted to how things feel, how things taste, how do they smell, how do they look, are they aesthetically pleasing, those types of things. And for some of you, I feel like for the minority of you, there are going to be some things that you're not so happy with. Like maybe you go on your massage, it's just like the masseuse is like, you're wondering what planet they're on, like they're just not that helpful. So for a few of you, it's going to be where you're really noticing the tangible things and you're not happy with what's going on. But I would say for like 80% of you, you're really enjoying something that is tangible that's happening on the 24th. Now, let's look at Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. Peacemaker. I keep hearing the word peacemaker for you guys for the 24th. So there's a couple of ways that I see peacemaker when it comes in. Usually I see it as either you're the mediator and helping two other people receive peace, or you're somebody that's in a conflict and you're like laying down your arms and making that call for peace. Today, what I'm feeling like is that you have, this is more about you being a mediator for somebody else and bringing in peace between two other parties. So this, yeah, this could be friends, this could be family members, this could be colleagues at work. This could even be groups of people. You could be literally mediating between a company and their client. You know, there's a lot of ways that this can come in, but definitely that's what I'm hearing for you is peacemaker. Peacemaker. You could even have a situation where there's not two people. You could have, I think some of you are going to have situations where you have somebody around you who is not very calm, and you are helping them to feel more calm and less agitated. You know, this could be something where maybe you pull up on the scene of an accident and there's nothing really wrong with the people there, but maybe somebody's really upset and, you know, kind of thrown off their normal game by the accident. And so you're kind of calming them until, you know, police and everybody else gets there to take care of whatever. That's one scenario that's coming up. So I'm sure that'll be happening to at least one of you. But yeah, the peacemaker. You're the peacemaker on the 24th, Aquarius. Now let's see who's next. Pisces. This is our last thing. Pisces, Pisces. Fishy swimmers. Mermaids and mermen. I get kind of a dreamy quality with you guys today, but I don't think it's like not being in touch with reality, but I do think that you're making plans or you have hopes for things that you want to have in the future. And you're kind of thinking about, okay, well, how can I bring this into being? And I think the whole idea seems a little bit dreamy to you, whatever your goal is. It's one of those goals that you're like, this is what I would really, really like. I'm not sure if I could ever actually really accomplish it, but this is what I would really like. And you're starting to think about, okay, what would be some first steps towards actually having that manifest in your life? So in that way, it seems dreamy because it seems like it's way out of reach. But on the other hand, I think you're very much in touch with today and in touch with reality. And you're in touch with the idea that if you just take this in little bite-sized pieces and handle it a little at a time, you can absolutely manifest this. And so you're starting to work on what's the first bite-sized piece that's going to move me towards having this thing manifest in my life that I want. Okay, so that's Pisces. Yay, that's everybody. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to do 5 minutes of Reiki for everybody that's here. And this is also going to be good for anybody who tunes in and watches us later. If you would like to receive the Reiki, all you have to do is just set the intention that you would like to receive it. 5 minutes is not very long, guys. A normal session with me is an hour. And then after we do Reiki, then I'll open this up for any questions. If anybody has questions that they would like to ask me, either about developing your own psychic skills, or if you have questions that you just want me to kind of take a look at that can be answered really quickly here without, you know, going into a lot of details, then we can look at something like that. I'm going to be here for like 30 minutes. And so I'll stay here and do that after the 5 minutes of Reiki until that 30 minutes is gone. And so let's just get started with the Reiki. I am putting out the intention for anybody who watches this their highest and best interest. If you would like to set an intention for the Reiki to do something more specific for you, feel free to do that. Let me go ahead and get started here. Okay. So a lot of times whenever people are receiving Reiki energy, they feel things in their body. If you would like to talk about whatever it is you're feeling, I can tell you a little bit about what may be shifting for you, because Reiki does shift energy. If we have issues that are going on, Reiki knows how to go right straight to the root of that issue and solve it. And so then it will start to shift the energy around that right during the session. And then you'll see results. You'll start to see results even right after. 5 minutes is super short, like it's a micro Reiki session. Normally a session is like an hour. If you come to me for a session, an official session. And so I'm sure that this will make a difference, but I'm not sure how much. It's always good though. And as far as what Reiki can do, if you guys are trying to figure out, well, what kind of intention should I set? I've had a lot of success with Reiki for people who want physical pain or physical ailments eased or removed. I've had a lot of success with people who have had financial issues that they wanted eased or removed, and emotional, mental and emotional issues as well. This will help with relationship issues. I've seen this do wonders in relationships. The thing that you really need to know about Reiki is usually like one normal session, like an hour-long session, is all you need to deal with something that came on suddenly and recently. Like if you had like a bone breakage, or you sprained your ankle, or you have a bee sting or snake bite or whatever, then that usually one session will take care of that. But if you have something that is what we think of as chronic in the Reiki community, so something that has been going on for a while, then you may need more than one session for that. We never want to rule out the possibility that one session could totally wipe it out, but we also want to be realistic in our expectations as well. So anyway, still sending Reiki energy. We've only done about 3 minutes, so we've got 2 more minutes to go on that. And then after that, we'll open up to any questions that you guys have. Since I was here yesterday, there may be nobody that has any questions, so we'll have to see how that goes. And another thing about Reiki, you guys may find that your pets come near you as you're receiving the Reiki. Animals tend to really suck the Reiki energy up. That's kind of a normal thing. And then while we're doing Reiki, if anybody has any questions about Reiki, I'll be happy to answer those as well. So just doing Reiki here for those of you who just walked in the door for a couple more minutes, maybe 1 more minute, and then we're going to open up the floor to questions, any questions that you guys may have for the rest of my time here this morning. Oh, somebody is pulling some heavy duty energy just now, maybe somebody that just walked in. There's like 3 people pulling heavy duty energy now. But then it could be somebody watching later too. I can't forget that. If you guys are watching the Reiki after the fact, that's still fine. The energy will still go to you. Energy is not limited by time. So just because I'm doing this right now, you could watch this 15 hours later and you could still receive the Reiki energy. Doesn't matter. I gotta see what Marcy's saying. Okay. Oh wow, I think I'm feeling the pain subside on my ankle. Right? It's very helpful. Excuse me. It's good for arthritis too. I sent it to my mom a lot for arthritis for a while, and every time that I would send it, she could tell. She could tell a big difference. I was sending her about 15 minutes at a time. Okay, so we actually did like 5 or 6 minutes of Reiki. I want to stop that. If anybody has any questions for me, this is the time to ask questions. Looks like we've only got 2 viewers, so I bet we don't have a whole lot of questions. But if you're one of those 2 viewers, this is a really good time to be able to ask your questions. I thought I set my timer and I didn't, so I'm going to give us like 5 minutes if you guys have questions, and then I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Sprains are not fun, are they? Especially on ankles. We have to put so much weight on our ankles too. There's a huge, huge time delay on this video. That's why I'm just kind of waiting to see about if any questions come in. Signs to look for if you have relatives that have passed trying to contact you. Well, that's a really great question. One of the things that I'm going to tell you, Marcy, is that when you have somebody who has passed that's trying to contact you, many times if something happens and you think, oh, I wonder if so-and-so did that, you're not wondering that just because intellectually you're wondering that. You're wondering that because your spirit kind of tapped into something. So if you're wondering that, the answer is yes. That was them. But there's all kinds of ways that they can communicate with us. The easiest way to identify if it's them communicating with us, like I said, is if you think that it probably is, it probably is. Actually, it definitely is. The other thing to know, though, is that when we leave our bodies, we go back to being fully energy, 100% energy. And so the easiest thing for energy to affect is other energy. So things like electricity are more easily tampered with than moving tangible physical things that we can see. So one of the people that passed away on me was really big into music, and so he used to mess with my CD player all the time. If he wanted me to really listen to the music, he would skip the song over and over and over again until I actually would sit down to focus and listen to the music, because that was how he listened to music. It was not background stuff for him. And so that's something that he would do. You know, it's all going to be really based on their personalities. I know a lady whose father passed away that he would brighten and dim the lights in her house pretty regularly to let her know that he was there. He also would shake the bed vigorously in the middle of the night to wake her up, because that's what he used to do whenever he was alive, when she was a little girl. That's how he'd wake her up. He'd come in and shake the bed. So, you know, you can look for all kinds of things. Lights dimming and brightening is pretty common. Even I've heard of a light being blown out. The light bulb being just like blowing out. I've heard of TVs going on or going off. I have heard of TV stations being changed to that person's favorite TV show, or something that that person and the other person used to watch together. I've heard of both of those. Sometimes an old toy will be moved or played with, or will, if it makes noise, it'll start making noise out of the blue. Nobody will be around. You're an art at that extreme. Some of them like to play little tricks on you too. Like if you have a practical joker that crosses over, he might or she might like to take your car keys and hide them. And then when you're frustrated beyond belief, they'll just let them show up right in front of your face as if they were never gone, right where you left them. Sometimes they will manipulate radio stations so that the radio station is playing a song that's meaningful to you and that person, or a song that would answer the question that you asked that person who has crossed over. They aren't that extreme. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways. My significant other who crossed over for years with Jim and brighten the lights as I was getting ready for bed to tell me goodnight. You know, so that one I don't consider too extreme. I don't know. I guess extreme is all in the eye of the beholder, right? That's funny. He's definitely saying hi. I think that's kind of extreme when you mark up your own clothes. All right, guys. So I guess I am going. You have no idea where it came from, right? Well, that could be him. I mean, sometimes we just have holes just because the t-shirt gets old, or sometimes even if we spill bleach on them. But if it had like black marks around it before you washed it, it could have very easily been from him saying hello. So I think that is time, guys. I'm going to get out of here and go do something else. Yeah, now that you type it, you realize it's extreme. Gotcha. Okay, so time for me to move on with my day. Thank you so much for those of you who did stick around, for keeping me company. I do appreciate it. And I'll see you the next time, maybe even tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Anyway, everybody have a wonderful day. Peace out.